Welcome back to the Gauntlet of Greatness. We're going to play Madness. I've got here the Wild Mongrels and the Basking Rootwallas. Anybody playing back around Odyssey, sort of early 2000s-ish, remembers how good Wild Mongrel was. The combo with Arrogant Worm is quite good. Discard to the Mongrel. Mongrel gets bigger. It only takes me now. I've got this 3-mana 4/4 Trampler. I've also got the ability to discard Roar of the Worm, which I can then flash back to make a 4-mana 6/6 creature. So, I mean, look, it's a creature deck. It is a creature beatdown deck, so maybe it's a notch below what's going on in this tournament. But, I mean, hey, that's why we play the games, right? My opponent in this, and so, yeah, anyway, blue-green, of course, because that's where you get your best discard stuff. This version has Merfolk Looter for extra discard and kind of card advantage stuff. Circular Logic is a nice counterspell in my deck, which obviously can be good. Worship, maybe get him out of the sideboard. My opponent is Caw Blade. It's called Caw because it's got these Squadron Hawks. They go Caw, right? Anyway, Squadron Hawk can go get other Squadron Hawks. Kind of innocuous, just a, it's a common 2-mana 1/1 flyer. But what it does do is it is very good at picking up equipment. It's very good at generating card advantage. And so I can actually Squadron Hawk to go chase the Mind Sculptor. Certainly the best in the history of the game. One of the best cards in the history of the game. And this guy was legal in Standard for quite a while. You could play this deck. Ben Stark actually won a Pro Tour with this deck before Batterskull was even printed. His version of the deck didn't even bother with the Stoneforge Mystic Batterskull engine. So this deck has got lots of broken stuff. This is sort of as broken as Standard got in the 2000s, maybe. I mean, obviously, we'll play the tournament out. We'll see where it stacks up historically. But Mystic could eventually get banned. The combo of just 2 mana to go get a Batterskull, which I can cheat into play for 2 mana, kind of ridiculous all by itself. Jace the Mind Sculptor, kind of ridiculous all by itself. I mean, the combo is just great, right? Season to Taste with some card drawing and preordains. Mana Leak and Spell Pierce for some, a couple of swords. If Batterskull isn't exactly what you need, you can Phyrexian Mana lets you actually play a removal spell in your blue-white deck, really. So dismembers the removal spell of choice. Mana was pretty good at the time. Sideboard options. This deck is scary. We'll see what happens. I'm not sure this match is going to take very long, but hey, let's play it out. So, what am I doing? I am challenging player. Playing the Madness deck. Turn 2 Wild Mongrel is basically what I'm hoping for. Merfolk Looter into a for Roar, Deep Analysis. Yeah, I mean, it's definitely a keeper. You never know with this deck whether you're supposed to just play the Rootwall on turn 1 or whether he's like a free discard with the Merfolk Looter. I've got 2 other free discards with the Merfolk Looter, so we'll get our beat on. Well, I mean, Madness cost of 0. This guy is definitely one of the cards that makes this deck work. Turns into a 3/3, so he's a pretty solid attacker. Let's get it for 1 this turn, though. Get in for 1 and play my Looter. Alright, Merfolk Looter. I mean, about as good as a non-Wild Mongrel start. Now, what happens? He's going to so much mistake in there. Like, I don't know what I do about Batterskull. Okay, it's just a Squadron Hawk. Squadron Hawk's still good enough to force me to spend mana when I attack with Rootwalla, though. That part's kind of annoying. What am I doing? I can. I mean, if I have some permission, then maybe I could. Whatever. I think that I'm going to draw some cards and hope that. Yeah, there's the circular logic. Okay. Not that I have a way to discard circular logic at instant speed now, but I didn't have any cards in my graveyard anyway, so. Yeah, I mean, do what you can do, right? Flashback like this. And I guess I could have another Root Walla in play if I had done that turn differently. Oh, I can still careful study the Root Walla into play. I mean, what else am I going to do, right? Yeah, careful study. This gets Root Walla into the graveyard and Roar of the Worm. I definitely want to discard with Madness. Alright, cast the Root Walla. I'd feel really good if my opponent didn't have Jason Stoneforge Mystic in his deck. Of course, I can beat Squadron Hawk, right? No, I can beat Squadron Hawk. Can't attack into it this turn. He may be a little pinched on mana. I mean, Inkmoth Nexus is not the most exciting second land for him. This could easily be a dig for some lands. Yeah, I mean, he wants to go land in another Squadron Hawk. Or at a minimum. Bottom. Maybe we're in this thing. Tech Edge. Destroy target non-basic if the opponent controls 4 or more. But taps for colorless. He's having colored mana problems. So what, he's got the ability to block me with an Inkmoth Nexus now? Oh, it's going to dismember. Who's he dismembering? The looter? I mean, I'm not happy about this, but it's not the end of the world. Alright. I can play a 6/6, but if I do that, then I can't really pump a Root Walla. I can leave up Circular Logic. I don't have a discard source. I can play a Looter. I can play Looter and pump a Root Walla. And if he's mana screwed, don't I put a 6/6 into play? Yeah, I think he plays into the Royal, which would be pretty annoying, but my best chance is to take advantage of him while he's mana screwed. And I don't really want to trade a Root Walla for a Squadron Hawk. He would have blocked. Like, against some opponents, I would attack there, and then the threat that I can pump might lead them to not block with Squadron Hawk, but I know this guy. Shadow would have blocked. So, Celestial Colonnade. Not going to have colored mana problems much longer. Ah. Reshuffling those cards, he put them on the bottom. Oh, Mongrel. Great. Now I can leave up Circular Logic. So that means I can pump a Root Walla. No 5th land, though, means I can't Mongrel an Arrogant Worm. Yeah, okay. I think it's worth spending 2 mana. Oh no, if I do this, then I won't have Circular Logic mana. I think that's okay. try to do. I could careful study into Arrogant Worm, but I feel like I want to have Circular Logic up next turn. So I'm going to play it this way. I don't quite have Circular Logic. Dismember plus Squadron Hawk is going to take down more of the Worm token. That's sad. -5, seriously? I get nothing. Wow, he did that at the only window where I couldn't Circular Logic it too. With Wild Mongrel on the stack. Well played. Still want to leave up Circular Logic for Jace or Stoneforge. Can no longer Circular Logic. Discarding a card. Okay with that. I don't really want to hardcast Deep Analysis. Probably going to randomly discard that anyway. Alright, what you got? Baby Jace with 2 mana. How much do I care about Baby Jace? I mean, the 2 mana is almost certainly a Squadron Hawk. I think I let him have Baby Jace. Yeah, go ahead. I think he his cards better. I mean, I'm basically playing this game to win before he can play all the cards in his hand anyway, so him spending 3 mana to draw a couple more doesn't bother me. Okay. Oh, we're gonna leave up Ink Moth. All right. I'm just attacking him here. I mean, they stop more damage with the Mongrel, but yeah. I mean, if I could pump, I could save it, but it'll pick up the -1/-1 counter from Ink Moth. It'll die as soon as the +2/+2 wears off. Now, I can hit him. I should put Arrogant Worm into play. I could discard Deep Analysis. If I want to leave up Circular Logic, then I can't flash back Deep Analysis, but I can discard it. Yes, I do. Yeah. I think I discard Deep Analysis here. Sure. My habit of just always turning the Mongrel black because it's usually the right color makes Armor of Thorns fall off, turns out. Actually lost a game. My Armor of Thorns randomly falling off. Because I randomly turned the Mongrel black when it just did not matter. Alright. Yeah, I'm gonna put him at X, and I'm gonna leave up Circular Logic. With 5 cards in the yard. I guess it's possible I should have put him to 4 so the Arrogant Worm is still. Scary to just discard my whole hand now. Maybe I shouldn't have played that land. think I can afford to counter the first Squadron Hawk. Now he's down to blue. Fine. Maybe I should have discarded my whole hand to get him to 4. Yeah, I now think I should have. Wow, it's a lot. It's obviously easier once I've seen spell pierce. All right, fine. I can't pay. I can't believe we're fighting over Squadron Hawks. It's all very funny. I mean, I'd feel better if I had another circular logic for anything next turn. I mean, he probably has to block here. I should have deep analysis before combat. My Mongrel's not actually threatening lethal. That was a mistake. He's going to block anyway, but still a mistake. Oh, it threatens lethal with trample damage that Arrogant Worm is inevitably going to deal. Sweet. I want Looter in play. Does that do anything? Not really. Does Careful Study do anything? Puts more cards in my graveyard? Land I might want. No, I don't really need. He's at 2. He doesn't gain life. I think finding a second Careful Study would be good. Okay. Ooh, well, that works out. Alright. I have 3 lethal creatures. 3 of your Squadron Hawks are in the graveyard. And I basically just need to stop a Battle Skull from happening. I won a game! I'll take it. Alright. So many of his awesome cards are white, right? They don't do anything against Stoneforge. They don't do anything against the artifacts. So I'm not convinced I actually want Gainsays. I mean, maybe, but like I have counterspells. I think they're worse than counterspells. These Careful Studies didn't feel great. Like, Careful Study did this thing back in the day where you could sort of cheat an Arrogant Worm into play. It isn't really what this matchup's about. I don't know. I mean, they were decent. There's so many cards that want to be in the graveyard. 6/6 flying fatty. I guess it's not bad. I mostly just want these disenchants. Deep analysis feels slow. I don't know. Yeah. land. I think I have to mulligan. I don't know how to turn on the circular logics anyway. It's not good, but it's got lands. I don't think I can mulligan 4 lands spell. That helps. Save the careful study until I have some stuff to discard? I guess. Oh, jeez. Sure, Stoneforge Mystic. That'll be fine. Batter Skull. Oh yeah. I didn't have any trouble with this deck beating a 4/4 Vigilant Lifelinker on turn 3. That'll be fine. I can play a Wild Mongrel. Wild Mongrel into Arrogant Worm. I mean, if it was just a 4/4 lifelinking Vigilance guy, okay. But like, even if I trade this Arrogant Worm for it, he just picks it up and replays it. Or equips it onto something, either way. You can see why this got banned. I mean, sure, my deck wasn't exactly built to deal with it. There are things that people could play at the time, but none of them actually did anything about this. Like, I don't even know what the point is of trading for it. It doesn't do anything. I have to get 6/6s. Sure, Squadron Hawk. Might as well move your offense to the air, right? Squadron Hawk. Got all the Squadron Hawks. I guess I may as well play my 4/4 Trampler for 4. Seems like it should be good, except it isn't actually as good as Batter Skull. I mean, I guess there's some dream that I can get Mystic Enforcer to threshold at some point in this game. It's good to have dreams, right? Careful Study gets me kind of halfway there. Oh, right. I do need to wait a minute to do that. I mean, attacking into him does nothing. He's just going to trade off the token. Sure. He's got Mana Leak also. Alright. This is what I thought this matchup was going to feel like. Hey, game 3. Anything's possible in game 3, right? Not going to attack into Arrogant Worm. Awesome. Feels like a win for me somehow. Preordain into... Was that the dig for land? He just preordained and did nothing? Like, bottom and top, so it was true. Not attack. Study for a free route while I mean, I guess I'm not winning this game with the cards I have now, so draw some with deep analysis. He does attack. Just, I mean, I guess I don't really want to take damage. I can force him to spend his mana on that stuff. I mean, I guess Mongrel, I can discard. I'm not going to discard 3 to Mongrel from this board. Yeah, I mean, I guess making him spend his mana is about the best I can do here. No. Don't want you to go get a sword. That's all he's got. Cool. Blue in 1. Huh? I guess I'm attacking. Because what else am I doing? And am I ready to start discarding lands? Nah, save that for the deck. Four cards in the yard. Cannot quite get the threshold even if I discard these 2 lands. Oh, more colored mana. Having more white mana seems bad for me somehow. Yeah, that seems bad for me too. I mean, I can get the threshold, but have blue mana! Hilarious. No paying free blue mana. I can stop the roll. Yeah. That's fun. Yeah, very dead. I believe 3 Squadron Hawks in his hand, at least 2. Let's see what happens in game 3. I don't know that my sideboard plan felt wrong. Huh? I think I've got the most aggressive version of my deck possible. All the creatures are in. Yeah, I think I have to curve out and hope he stumbles, so. Let's see what happens. Yes, definitely. That is the plan. I can't counter a turn 2 Stoneforge Mystic. Not even on the play. Alright. Batterskull enters the revealed card zone. I no longer understand how to win this game. I can no longer stop Batterskull. This is supposed to be the good draw, right? Mongrel into Arrogant Worm. I got Circular Logic. I'm a little flooded. I mean, 6 land, 3 spell is obviously not ideal, but 1, 2 drop essentially destroys me. I mean, I guess he needs a 3rd land so that he has the ability to pick up the skull before I'm actually destroyed. He plays a 3rd land right on cue. I don't know how to win this game. This is probably not the way to win this game. But it should be. Oh, I got him down to 17. That was great. Okay. Really do anything here? I mean, I guess I could have countered it. It doesn't really matter. Sword 2. Sword famine. Yeah, I was supposed to counter that. No. You have the 2nd Batterskull? Oh, he sideboarded in the 2nd Batterskull. Great. Discard with Madness. Caster Rootwalla. Discard because it's better than dying. Or losing my Mongrel and not taking down a Batterskull token. And again, oh, I don't need to discard that. This doesn't do anything. Protection from black and green. Such a blowout of a matchup. Out of attack range. I guess that's fair. Let's still get him if I attack with both. Obliges me to attack him with both. Oh, I can face it. Maybe he'll never ever pick up a Batterskull and replay it. Is that possible? Seems unlikely somehow. Especially since he can pick it up, attack, trigger the sword, and then have the mana to replay it. Attack with both? Oh, he just doesn't see it. Doesn't need to. Sort of. I get this tricky little move. Don't actually lose it to the sword. Oh, he does see it. Okay. Great. He picked up the Batterskull though, but why he attacked with Stoneforge? He shouldn't have attacked with the other Stoneforge. Wait, now it's my... How did it get to be my turn? Shouldn't have his lands have untapped? I don't know what's going on. Somehow I'm still in this game. I think my opponent is misclicking crazily. Yeah, I don't know how it happened in his second main phase last turn. I think he must have just accidentally clicked through it. Dismember, of course. That's fine. So, he's got a Batterskull back in his hand. He did me the favor of not putting it into play last turn when he could have. It's not going to matter. He is going to put a Batterskull into play, and he's going to hit me with this 3/4 again. He can leave that on defense, too. It doesn't have anything to do with the mana. I'm going to guess he has pick up this Batterskull to do with the mana. Which is not nothing. Although he doesn't necessarily connect, because I can hit him with Merfolk. I mean, I can block with Merfolk Looter, so he doesn't trigger the sword ability. Which I probably would do. Yeah, I probably would. No. Okay. Yeah. It's a cute removal spell. Forces me to discard it, obviously. Gets his land back, so he still gets. Now he gets Batterskull and pick up Batterskull. Or put sword on. Yeah. I can't attack. I guess I can attack. I can assume that he'll never, ever gain life the rest of this game. Right. It's a bad attack, but if he doesn't misclick through his turn a couple turns ago, then I'm losing anyway. I have no idea why I didn't pump Ruwala. I was supposed to pump Ruwala. Not that it actually matters. Yup. 7/8 lifelink vigilance pro black pro green. No interest in any other Batterskull into play. But I prefer to hit me for 1. I can play a 6/6. Ain't good enough. Well, we fought the good fight. That was kind of closer than I thought it would be. I'm definitely happy with the way I played it. Shadow, you there? Do you want to talk about this one?
The misclicks. Oh, man. Yeah, so the first game, I just didn't draw any of my gas, like nothing.
Right.
So I was sitting there playing 1/1 flyers, hoping that'd be good enough.
Yeah, no, I actually got one. I felt good.
Like the third game, I thought I had you much more than I did. I'm pretty sure, like on this last turn, I was going to pick up Batterskull and recast it after attacking, but
Yeah.
it just didn't matter.
Right.
I was supposed to do that like 2 or 3 turns ago, but I just completely messed up my turn.
Okay.
So, but yeah, I mean, this one, it went about as expected. It was a little bit closer than we expected. The fact that you got any wins at all, obviously, was pretty surprising. And this one,
right.
you got me down to, at one point, I think 6 or 4 or something.
Yeah. No, I fought the good fight. But that deck looks great. Yeah. I think that deck has to be.
It's got a little bit of mana issues, or at least it did during this match. I was definitely hurting the first game, certainly.
Sure.
The third game a little bit. If I could have just gotten to 5, I didn't have to spend time bouncing the Batterskull, and then I could just reattach it and call it a day.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, good match. Everything has now been played at least once. So now we circle back around to Group A next week, and we go back to the Academy deck and see how that deck is going to do in round 2. Hope you guys have been enjoying Gauntlet of Greatness. We'll be back next week with more action.